We're live. All right.
Welcome to the Northwest Iowa Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Hangay. Behind the camera is Riley Ness. That's Caleb. This is Blake. And we're about to do some NCAA tourneys.
Let's be uncoordinated. Shut up. Get out of here.
So let me just skirt on over and get my laptop undead. So
Is it plugging back there? This is fine.
we are filling out some brackets, folks. Little unexpected, but I think I'm ready.
All right, let's get to the East region. Everybody there?
Yeah.
Duke and North Carolina Central. Who you got? Duke?
Wait.
Weird.
Upset.
Did NDSU play it?
No, they play tonight at I think 8 or 7.
Okay, so it's Duke versus NDSU, and I have.
I don't know. NDSU is not the greatest.
I'm gonna take Duke for this one because
Obviously.
it's Duke.
I'm going upset. Just
We're gonna-
kidding.
All right, and then UCF and VCU, the 8 and 9 seeds here. UCF is 42 in the BPI, and VCU is 36. I like UCF in this. VCU just a little overrated, I believe.
I
And
took
think
UCF in this one
They have a
because
7-6 guy in the team, Taco Fall.
UCF does.
Yeah, he's gonna go
Yeah.
to Florida, and then he went to UCF after because he wouldn't have played at Florida. Who you got in that one?
I took UCF in that one.
That's a smart guy. All right, Blake.
Yeah, I'm
You make
taking
some
UCF.
All right, and then Mississippi State and Liberty. I am taking number 12 Liberty as a upset.
I took Mississippi State in that one solely because Liberty really didn't play anyone this year, and Mississippi State, what conference are they in again?
SEC. That's
And
why I know everything about them. That's why I know what they're gonna lose. Against top 25 teams, Liberty is 4-6. Mississippi State is 1-5. What do you mean they haven't played anybody? What do you mean they haven't played anybody? They lost to Alabama. They lost to Georgetown. They played Lipscomb. They're 4-6 against top 25 teams. What do you mean they didn't play anybody?
No one good.
There's an illegal family walking across the background, ladies and gentlemen.
So
Oh man. I'm taking Liberty in this one. They have experienced 10 games against top 25 teams. I'll take them.
I just think a lot of this I went straight on either streaks or no knowledge at all because it's March Madness. So yeah, I just took Mississippi State in that one. They're a hotter team right now.
All right, Blake.
I'm going to join Riley and taking Liberty
Smart guy.
just because I'm looking at their opponent's points per game, and Liberty's only giving them 60.8 points a game. So I feel like their defense is pretty locked down D, and so I feel like they're going to lock down Mississippi State, and also they have 10 games against top 25 teams, so they have more experience on what to expect against the bigger schools.
Number 4, Virginia Tech, and number 13, St. Louis. I have number 4, Georgia Tech. St. Louis comes in as one of the worst teams coming into the bracket. They are ranked 98th in the BPI. The only reason they're here is because they won their conference, and their conference is probably worse than the Siouxland. NCC could be in that conference, dude. Come on.
I took Virginia Tech, and I'm Virginia Tech. They're coming in super hot, and well,
Hot, so hot that they didn't even make the ACC finals. Hot.
I'm not counting those games. I'm counting every game up to the last one if they lost.
And then Blake.
I'm taking Virginia Tech as well.
All right. And then number 6, Maryland, and the team that won last night over Temple, number 11, Belmont. Who do you guys got?
I didn't even take a look at Belmont when I filled this in because before they
Give me
played.
Belmont. They are good.
But with this one, I
They
have.
if they're hot from 3, they're going to beat a lot of teams.
I wanna. I have Maryland because I don't know who they're gonna play.
And then the BPI. Just go to ESPN and you can change it.
I
In the BPI, it's 47 for Belmont and 28 for Maryland. An 11 seed inside the top 50 in the BPI. It's impressive.
Should we choose Belmont as a Cinderella team?
Belmont only lost at Purdue by 11 split the series with Murray State and beat Lipscomb twice. I'm
You know
taking
what?
Belmont.
I'm taking Belmont.
Did you change it? Yeah. That's a smart guy. All right, and then LSU or Blake, what are you taking there?
I was honestly thinking about taking Maryland just because they play in the Big Ten and I know how they play. But if you lose to Purdue by 11 and Purdue is a really good team, then you have a chance. So I'm picking Belmont.
You know what, guys? I'm like a drug. I'm addictive. You guys both had Maryland, and
Because I didn't even know who
I
Maryland
didn't,
was
I
going
didn't
to
have
play.
Maryland
Yeah.
in there yet.
Temple is trash. So Belmont barely snuck past them, but Belmont didn't look very well last night. And then number 3, LSU, who is coming in without their head coach due to recruiting illegalness, of course.
Grandview.
It's the only reason you're the best team in the SEC this year, and we still beat you twice this year.
And they're going up against Yale, and I took Yale. Okay, I took LSU on this one.
Yeah, a lot of people have Yale on this one. A lot of people. But I think LSU's talent just comes out on top here. They are a very good team, and I think, what is it, I think his last name's Wade, but he's a beast on that team.
Is that here? So,
Blake,
Yeah.
what you got?
Took LSU.
All right. And then number 7, Louisville, and number 10, Minnesota. Louisville is 18 in the BPI. Minnesota is 56. And Louisville has gone to the ACC. So they've been through hell and back. And they're going to have experience. They're taking this one for me.
some picks just don't make sense, but that's okay because it's March Madness, and
Who you got?
I got Minnesota in this one.
That's fine. I got Minnesota in a lot of my brackets as well.
I have Minnesota in this one solely on the fact that it's Patino coaching Minnesota,
Yeah.
and maybe he's a little ticked about Louisville kicking out his pops, so maybe he'll just come out firing
All right.
with that game plan.
That is the first round for the East. And now what we're going to do is do what everybody else does. We'll go one by one and fill out the rest of your... Or no, we'll do the first round of everybody, then we'll do one by one. No, we're just going to do the whole East. So I'm going to finish my bracket, then you'll finish yours, and then Blake will finish his
Sounds
East.
good.
So I have, because we don't have the same picks and
Yeah.
everything. Duke and UCF, they have a 7-6 giant at post, but UCF doesn't have enough to take down Duke. And then we have number 12, Liberty, and number 4, Virginia Tech. And people call me crazy. But I'm taking Virginia Tech. I was going to take Liberty, but give me Virginia Tech in a ACC rematch. Number 11, Belmont, and number 3, LSU. I'm taking Belmont. The reason I didn't choose Liberty is because I was taking Belmont. Number 7, Louisville, and number 2, Michigan State. It's going to be a heck of a matchup, dude. But I'm going to take Michigan State due to the talent. Number 2, Michigan State, and number 11, Belmont. Give me Michigan State. Duke and Virginia Tech. Give me Duke. And then Duke and Michigan State, we will do the Elite 8 all together later.
All right. So up top we have Duke versus UCF, and I took the surprise and I took Duke because Zion's an animal. And then we have Mississippi State versus Virginia Tech, and that one I took Virginia Tech because I just feel like Virginia Tech is on a roll at this point, and they can do no wrong almost. And then I have Belmont versus LSU. I think I'm in on the Belmont train because I took Belmont over LSU to send them right here. And then we have Minnesota versus Michigan State in a rematch. Michigan State is obviously far more talented than Minnesota, so I took them. And then we have Duke versus Virginia Tech. This is where
This man's crazy.
Duke is the perfect team to go down in this one, and I got Duke going down to Virginia Tech. And then we have Belmont versus Michigan State. Belmont, congrats on that Cinderella run, but I think Michigan State's going to take that one.
You may hold it on Blake's screen for his.
All right, so the first game I ended up taking Duke just because I don't think a lot of teams have enough talent or anything to beat
Wait,
Duke.
that says Duke versus NDS/NCC.
NCC
Let's
made
go
it,
Thunder!
but they still lost
That's
to Duke.
That's our college.
Yeah, and then people may call me dumb, or people
Like,
might
you're
not.
dumb.
I know, but people may not agree with my picks at all. But I'm gonna take Liberty's gonna be
We're so
my
ghetto.
Cinderella team for a little bit.
Oh, you
I
could
have
say
them beating Virginia Tech. You guys done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're not. Sorry, this is a ghetto podcast.
We're trying to do what everybody else
All
does.
right, I'll
like
just
Corey.
hold it. All right, so I got Liberty being my Cinderella team. I'm gonna have them beating Virginia Tech, just because. Yeah, they're scoring about the same, but their defense versus their defense, and they have more top 25 teams they've played, even though the BPI says differently. But yeah, they're gonna be my Cinderella team. I'm gonna have LSU end up beating Belmont, just because I don't know a lot about Belmont, and yeah, I've seen LSU play. They play tough, and then this is a Big Ten game, so I'm gonna take Michigan State just because Michigan State's good. Minnesota, yeah, they're gonna be all right. Yeah, they're on a little bit of their run, but Michigan State's just too good not to win. And so I'm gonna take. And then next round, I have Duke over Liberty. That's where my Cinderella team is gonna end. And I have Michigan State over LSU because Michigan State's better. And I don't know. This is a tough one, Duke and Michigan State, but
We're not on that part yet. We do Final Four later.
this isn't Final Four.
Elite Eight. Fine, just
He
do it. Just
picked
do
it.
Because he has his bracket already done.
Oh, he does. All right. I guess I will stop.
No, you're gonna keep going. I said.
No, right?
Finish it.
What is it? Who do you got?
I don't know. I'm gonna take Michigan State, the team to beat Duke.
And then I am choosing Duke to beat Michigan State, obviously, because if you choose against Duke, you're pretty stupid. But all right, let's move on to the West, where Florida's gonna run it. Probably
Hey.
not. What? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right, Aaron's Elite Eight.
I had Virginia Tech versus Michigan State, and I have Virginia Tech winning that.
That was hard. Virginia Tech beating. Oh my gosh, you're a crazy kid. Stop.
This is my board.
All right, let's move on to the West. First round, I will have Gonzaga beating Dickinson. It's not focusing. Focus. I will have Syracuse beating Baylor. Murray State, John Morant's just going to be too much for Marquette. Florida State, and this one's tough because if Arizona State wins, they're going to beat Buffalo. But if St. John's wins, they're not going to beat Buffalo. So give me there. Give me Arizona State. I'll take Texas Tech. I'm going to take Florida. And then I will take number 2, Michigan. And then moving on to my second round. After the second round, we'll do your first 2 rounds and then his first 2 rounds. I will take, this one's tough for me. We'll pull up some stats on it. Number 2 versus number 33. I don't know. I kind of like Syracuse a little bit better, but you never know who's going to win this one, so I'm going to take Syracuse. And then Florida State and Murray State. I'm going to take Murray State. And then we will wait on that one. I'm going to take Texas Tech over Arizona State. And then, call me crazy, but I know it's going to happen. Florida over Michigan. Happened last year. It'll happen again. And then, yeah, we will move on to Aaron.
All right. So.
You got to hold it,
Oh
sir.
man. All right. So starting at the top,
You're not even on your...
I got
You
Gonzaga.
gotta pause. Move
What?
your finger. You're about to... Okay.
I didn't pause it. All right. At the top, I got Gonzaga versus is that F Dickinson. I had Gonzaga winning
Fairfield
that.
Dickinson.
The Zigs are hot. And then we got Syracuse versus Baylor. I don't even know how Baylor got a 9 seed. So let's go Syracuse. Then we had Marquette versus Murray State. I chose Murray State because Marquette, just like Riley said, they gonna die. Then Florida State versus Vermont. I don't even know how Vermont made the tournament. Besides
Roman?
Roman. I got Florida State beating Roman. And then Buffalo. I don't know who's gonna win this one. If it's St. John's, definitely Buffalo. So I just chose Buffalo. And then Texas Tech versus Northern Kentucky. Texas Tech is one heck of a team, so I will take them.
Kentucky's better.
No, they're
It's
not.
the Wildcats.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
We have Nevada versus Florida. Florida can play super tough when they want to, and I feel like since it's the NCAA tournament, they're gonna want to play tough. So I have them over Nevada. Then Michigan versus Montana. Michigan is super hot boy, so I will take them over Montana.
No, you do your second round.
This was my second round.
No, you haven't done it yet.
I just did it. Oh, no,
You did the first round.
All right. We have Gonzaga versus Syracuse. I took the Zags right there because I think they're better than Syracuse. And then we have Murray State versus Florida State. This is where Murray State's their run ends. And Florida State will take that. We have Buffalo versus Texas Tech. I took Texas Tech here because they are super hot. And then call me crazy, but I took Michigan over Florida because Florida doesn't get calls.
Auburn?
Alrighty, now mine. There we go. I got Gonzaga winning over F. Dickinson. I ended up taking Syracuse over Baylor. And along with the other two, I took Murray State. Because, John Morant can't beat him.
Kevin Durant?
Yeah, Kevin Durant, too. But I ended up taking Florida State over Vermont. And I just chose Buffalo. But if Arizona State wins, then I'll take Arizona State. But, yeah, as of now, it's Buffalo. And they're playing Texas Tech. And unlike the other two, I'm going to just take Nevada over Florida. Just because I don't like to have the same picks as everybody. And
Someone's got to be right.
Yeah. So we'll
That's
see.
fine. Wait for the Wisconsin game.
It's okay. They're going to win. All right. But then I took Michigan over Montana. In my second round, I got... I got Gonzaga beating Syracuse. And Murray State's going to be my Cinderella team. They're going to beat Florida State. Texas Tech's going to take Buffalo.
What's a ginger for you guys out there?
And Michigan will take Nevada. Do I got to do these two games now, too?
Yep.
All right.
Wait, no, we're not on that yet.
That's right. I told
What you doing?
You're gonna get slapped. I'll call him over here to slap you. Number 8, Syracuse versus number 12. 12, Murray State. Let's get some more. Let's get some more details in this one. It's looking like a Syracuse win, of course. Let's go Syracuse. The orange, one of the toughest mascots out there. Number 3, Texas Tech. Number 10, Florida. They met last year and they took us out. I am going to end our run again against Texas Tech. Number 3, Texas Tech versus number 8, Syracuse. Texas Tech is just so tough this year. I am going to take Texas Tech to head up there and loose the Duke. All right. For you, Aaron.
All right. So
Henge.
we got Gonzaga versus Florida State. And surprisingly, I took the Zags in that one because... You good?
I'm not doing
All right, then we have Texas Tech versus Michigan. I took Texas Tech right there because I just don't think Michigan will be able to handle that. So, leaky poo.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah.
That was fast.
Alrighty, so Gonzaga versus Murray State. I have a shocker, and my Cinderella team, Murray
get it.
State, is going to win.
Wichita State's a shocker.
There's that IT, though.
I know.
And I have them playing Texas Tech because I don't think Michigan will be able to handle all of Texas Tech is going to bring them. But then my Cinderella team's going to be done, and they're going to lose to Texas Tech. And I'll have them head up there and face Michigan State.
And one of you guys can start this time for the next
All right.
division.
Aaron's is done.
Which one is this? South. We're headed to the south. All right. So first off, we have Virginia versus Gardner-Webb. And unlike last year, I'm taking Virginia in the first round. Then we have Ole Miss versus Oklahoma, and I think that the Sooners will smash them Rebels. So I'll take them. We have Wisconsin versus Oregon. Uh, if it was like mid-season, I would definitely take Wisconsin, but they went down after mid-season. So I'm gonna take Oregon in that one because
Man, Badger's gonna come beat your butt.
How about them refs, Blake? I think the refs will be the reason why Oregon wins.
it's
Then
just
you hear
talent.
about it for a while.
And then Kansas State versus UC Irving, Kyrie.
It's Irvine.
And I think Kansas State will definitely take that one. I don't understand why UC is in this one.
What?
And
They're a Cinderella team. What you mean?
no, they not. Then we have
Okay.
Villanova versus St. Mary's. And just for my boys at Remsen St. Mary's, I'm gonna take St. Mary's in this one.
I took St. Mary's too in a few of my brackets.
Like it makes no sense
They're
to
good.
pick them.
No,
but...
they're actually good this year. They're really good.
And then we got Purdue versus Old Dominion. I remember my in my old NCAA football game, Old Dominion was always the worst team there. So let me take Purdue in that one. They have Cincinnati versus Iowa, and if I was not an Iowa fan, I would definitely take Cincinnati because it makes sense to pick Cincinnati. But I don't want to be that guy who chooses his favorite team to lose, and all of a sudden they win. You just look like a jerk. So go Hawks! And then we
and
have
then down the Hawks.
Tennessee versus Colgate. Isn't that a toothpaste? Anyway, I'm gonna take Tennessee in that one because it's Tennessee for Pete's sake. And then second round, we have Virginia versus
Zoom
Oklahoma.
in further so they can't see your future picks since you already did your freaking.
We have Virginia versus
Like
Oklahoma,
that.
and
Like this region, like this, like there.
I'm gonna take
That's
Virginia in that one. I'm not professional, but Virginia in that one. Surprisingly, making past the second round. And we have Oregon versus Kansas State. I think Oregon's going to continue on their run since they already beat Wisconsin. Now I'm going to take them against Kansas State. We have St. Mary's versus Purdue. And this is going to be the Al Burnett for St. Mary's, as they're going to lose on a terrible call. And Purdue's going to win that one. And I tried to convince myself. I really did. But Iowa cannot beat Tennessee. Even if they're hot, it's going to be close. But I can't
Tennessee's way better.
I can't see Tennessee losing to Iowa.
Oh, Blake's not.
Alrighty.
Blake, your bracket's done too?
Yeah, I just did it while he was talking.
Well, we might as well not even make a video.
Alright, so I picked Virginia over Gardner Webb. Hopefully they don't get upset in the first round again. I got Oklahoma taking Ole Miss. Unlike Aaron, I'm taking Wisconsin over Oregon. I got Kansas State over UC Irvine. I'm taking St. Mary's over Villanova. And I'm taking Purdue over Old Dominion. And unlike Aaron, I'm taking Cincinnati. Because Iowa thinks he's going to choke. And I got Tennessee winning that game. Virginia versus Oklahoma, I took Virginia. And unfortunately, my Badgers, I have losing to Kansas State in the second round. I got Purdue over St. Mary's. And in my shocker, I'm going to take Cincinnati over Tennessee. And then I'm going to take another shocker and put K-State over Virginia. And I got I got Purdue over Cincinnati.
I haven't even done my bracket. All right. I will catch up then. I will take Virginia in round 1. Ole Miss in round 1. I will take Oregon easy by 10. I'll take Kansas State. I will take St. Mary's. Purdue. Cincinnati. Whoa. Tennessee. Tennessee again. St. Mary's again. Cinderella team. And then Kansas State's a little good. I'll take them. And then Virginia. Take Kansas State again. And then I will take Tennessee. And I'll take Tennessee all the way to the Final Four because they are clearly the better team in this entire division. North Carolina, I'll take a Utah State. I'll take an Auburn because they're going to get hot in this tournament. I can already feel it.
Come back to your bracket.
Oh, sorry. My neighbors distracted me. All right, and then back over to my bracket. I'll take Kansas, Iowa State, Houston, Seton Hall, Kentucky, Iowa State. They don't deserve that 6th seed. They are much better than that. Auburn is going to stay hot. North Carolina is going to win. What'd you just say?
I still haven't finished my South bracket.
Oh. Well, Blake jumped ahead of me, so we'll just keep going. And then I will take my North Carolina not mine, but I will take the North Carolina Tar Heels. I will take Iowa State. No, just kidding. I'll take Kentucky. And then North Carolina, once again, going to the Final Four. Aaron's turn.
All right, might as well finish out my entire bracket. So, where we are right now,
Go up to the Final Four.
we have
And stop.
Virginia versus Oregon, and then Purdue versus Tennessee. And I'm actually taking Virginia over Oregon. That's where their Cinderella story ends. And then I have Purdue versus Tennessee. And this is going to be a little bit of a shocker. I see Purdue beating Tennessee. Definitely not a popular opinion. And Tennessee is honestly the better team out of these two. But it's March, and, well, I think Purdue can take them. And then right here, we have Virginia versus Purdue. And Virginia's got to choke at some point, so why not here? So I took Purdue. Moving down to the Midwest, we have North Carolina versus Iona, which I often get confused with Iowa. And take North Carolina there. We have Utah State versus Washington. Why is Utah State even an 8 seed? I'm taking Washington in that one.
What do you mean?
They're not that good. That's what I mean. They haven't played anyone. We have Auburn versus New Mexico State, often known as the Glory Road team. And
What? Oh, I thought you took New Mexico State. I was going to say.
no, I'm going to take Auburn in that one. And then we have Kansas versus Northeastern. Uh-oh. We should print it? I'm going to print it. No, let's not print it. I'm going to take Kansas in that one because Northeastern is like, their power ranking is like 113. So, no go there. Iowa State versus Ohio State. It hurts me to say this, but Iowa State's going to win. They're on a roll. And Houston versus Georgia State. Houston is usually a team that's up all the smaller teams, so they're the Northland in this bracket, so I will take them right there. Then we have Wofford versus Seton Hall. Wofford
It's up on the smaller team, is that what you said?
yeah. Wofford Wofford is like, they can see them as a Cinderella team here. I like past the first round, so I'm gonna take them.
They're ranked higher. What you mean?
I'm in past the first round, so I will take them over Seton Hall. And then Kentucky versus Grandview. No, I'll blame Christian. I'll take Grandview. I'll take Kentucky in that one. And then moving on, we have Wofford versus Kentucky. This is my upset. Wofford over Kentucky. Have some
Dead.
madness.
Dead.
We need some madness. I don't want to print anything. All right. Iowa State versus Houston.
What?
Took Houston because I really don't like Iowa State. Then we have Auburn versus Kansas. I took Auburn in this one because they hot right now. Then we have North Carolina versus Washington. I'm actually going to change no, I'll keep it North Carolina. And then we have North Carolina versus Auburn. I considered choosing Auburn for this one, but I will stick with North Carolina. And then we have Houston versus Wofford. This is where Wofford's run ends. I'll take Houston.
They both should lose in this game.
And then this one, I feel like is going to be no contest whatsoever. And North Carolina is going to absolutely manhandle Houston.
Then why do you have them there?
Because they can beat the teams before them.
All right, my Elite Eight game, I got Kansas State ended up beating Purdue, and now to go way down here, I got North Carolina over Iona. I took Washington over Utah State. I took Auburn over New Mexico State. I got Kansas winning over Northeastern. I took Iowa State because Ohio State either shouldn't even be in the bracket or they should be a way lower seed because they're not as good as what they think they are. Then I got Houston over Georgia State. I took Seton Hall over Wofford. And I got Kentucky over. Is it Grandview Christian or is it?
Definitely Grand.
Western.
It's Western Christian. Okay.
Trinity.
I still got Kentucky winning though. All right, so I got North Carolina over Washington. I took Auburn over Kansas. I got Iowa State over Houston because Iowa State's really good. And then I took Kentucky over Seton Hall. I took a shocker and I got Auburn over North Carolina. And I took Kentucky over Iowa State. But I have Kentucky winning that elite game and going to the Final Four.
All right, let's take a look at the Final Four. So my my matchup is Virginia Tech versus Gonzaga, and I believe the Zags will take that one in a close one. And then we have Purdue versus North Carolina, and the Big Ten is gonna get to the Final Four, but no further. So I'll take North Carolina. And in my champion, that's a Final Four game.
We're not in the championship game yet. Get out of here. All right, yeah, you can do your championship
All
game
right, my
first.
championship game.
Hit submit when you
is
do it, so it's all sparkly.
Gonzaga versus North Carolina. And here we go. I got Gonzaga. The Zags winning it all. Congratulations. The confetti falls. One shining moment.
And in the championship, if it ever, there we go, as you already saw. Duke versus number 3, Texas Tech. I had Texas Tech beating Tennessee in the final, North Carolina beating Tennessee in the Final Four. And then I had Duke beating Texas Tech in the Final Four. And then this is my championship. And I got Duke.
We're going to take it to a different level. This is a different level. The thing that makes you guys special is you never quit.
And that will be it for our
Turn that off.
One shining moment.
All right, in my Final Four, I got Michigan State taking on Texas Tech. And I picked Michigan State over Texas Tech because I think Michigan State will give everything they have. And Texas Tech will give all Michigan State can handle. But I still think Michigan State will come out on top. And Kansas State versus Kentucky. I took Kentucky, even though I really want to take Kansas State. But I think Kentucky's the best team out of those two. And in my national championship game, I have Michigan State taking on Kentucky. And this is their year. I am taking Michigan State. You want me to put the score in too?
Sure.
No, thanks. And this is their year. I feel like this is their year to win it. This is their one shining moment right here. Is that all we have, guys?
That should be it.
This was the Northwest Iowa Sports Podcast. Signing off. Have a wonderful March Madness and go Hawks.
No! Fuck the Hawks. Hawks are gay and they're trash.
I'm going to end it.
Change my mind.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
Yeah, change his mind down in the comments. But anyway, that's all. Peace.